Through Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya, Deborah Barasa and Beatrice School has raised concern over the looming threat of severe drought and harsh climate effects in Kenya. The leaders warn that unless the public and conservation stakeholders unite in restoring degraded land, particularly by planting indigenous and fruit trees, the country could face dire environmental consequences. Hezron Kimarina reports from Mwatate.
Well, despite the efforts by the government of Kenya, conservation groups and other organizations in fighting effects of climate change in the country, Kenya has remained on the receiving end. And this was confirmed by senior government officials, including the CS Sports Honorable Salim Mvurya and also CS Environment Honorable Deborah Barasa. And now we'll be having time to hear their sentiments.
Ourselves cover nearly 80% of the Kenyan landmass and are home to more than 38% of our population. The majority of our people rely on pastoralism and rain-fed agriculture. These lands are not marginal. They are strategic to our food security, biodiversity, and national stability. Yet today, our hustles are under siege. Prolonged drought, erratic rainfall, environmental degradation, climate change have conspired to turn our productive land into barren plains.
Across Africa, indeed, over 65% of productive land is degraded. In Kenya, over 80% of our land is arid or semi-arid, and we are deeply familiar with the consequences of that. One of them is crop failure, the other is loss of livestock, the next is water scarcity, and obviously displacement. And when displacement happens, the people that suffer the most are the women and the children, because they are the most vulnerable.
Recognizing the seriousness of this issue, the global community came together and on the 17th of June 1994 adopted the United Nations Convention to combat desertification. The convention focuses on combating desertification and mitigating drought impacts, especially in countries like ours that are particularly vulnerable. It aligns with Agenda 21 and supports sustainable development in affected regions. Today, the UNCCD boasts 197 parties, including Kenya, which signed in 1994 and ratified it in 1996. Ladies and gentlemen, despite these efforts, land degradation remains widespread. According to the Global Land Outlook Report 2022, 20% of global land, equivalent to 30 million square kilometers, is degraded.
And therefore, this occasion is properly fitted in our national plan. It's also properly fitted in our MTP4, which also recognizes environment. It recognizes matters climate change as very key to our economic development. And that is why I want to put emphasis that the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Environment, has both strategic, policy, legal commitment to ensure that we are not just celebrating here, but it has a process where resources are allocated, programs are developed to ensure that Kenya does not become a desert.
Well, as I've heard from the senior government official, they are now calling upon the public and other conservation stakeholders to jointly fight the effects of climate change. Reporting for KTN from Mwatate, I'm Hezron Kimari.
Right, we want to take another breather